Hi, my name is Leah and I'm a speech and language therapist for Wandsworth Autism Advisory Service. In honour of Autism Awareness Week, we are going to be tackling some common myths and misconceptions around autism in order to develop awareness, but also to increase acceptance of autism within the wider community. So this is simply not true. Autistic individuals, just like anyone else, have the human drive to communicate, form relationships, make connections, be loved and valued. Autistic individuals do have difficulty navigating social situations in a world tailored towards neurotypical development. Autistic individuals also often display their social skills differently to neurotypical individuals, which means their attempts at interaction can often be misinterpreted. There are many interventions out there that can support autistic individuals to navigate social situations more successfully. However, it is also down to us to support, understand and accept autistic differences and make social situations less stressful for them.
This again is just not true. Autistic people have their own individual sense of humour, just like anyone else. It's possible some autistic people may struggle to understand conventional humour or figurative language to begin with, but this doesn't mean they never will, and they may well have the capacity to learn all about it. We've left many of our sessions crying with laughter because the children and young people we work with just have a brilliant sense of humour and are often so witty.
This is a big myth. There's a saying that if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. As human beings, we're all different and unique. We have our own passions, interests and challenges. It's unhelpful to stereotype and put people in boxes. We can't presume that we know everything about someone's personality based purely on their diagnosis.
No. Autism is in no way a mental health condition. Autistic people experience the world in a different way to most people. For example, they may have sensory differences, which mean that they are over or undersensitive to sensory information compared to neurotypical people. Some people may refer to their autism as a hidden disability, while others may not think of it as a disability at all. It's true that many autistic individuals may experience mental health difficulties, such as anxiety or depression, because they don't feel well accepted by society or lack confidence in social situations. This could lead to them feeling lonely or isolated. How we understand and interact with autistic people can have a big effect on their self-esteem, and we can all do our part to make the environment more accepting and inclusive of difference.
No, this is another big myth out there. There is no cure to autism. Autistic people are born with neurodivergent, unique brains that often make them into the special individuals that they are. It is not an illness to be cured. It is just a difference amongst people, just like any other. Many autistic people do not wish to be cured to begin with. Many children we work with see their autism as a special superpower and a strength they would never want to let go of. All we can do is try and support them where they struggle and meet their needs through various interventions and therapies that can give them the skills they might choose to implement in their everyday life. It is important to know that these interventions are not meant to change them, but give them the skills that they might find useful. Everyone needs to stop talking about a cure, as it can also give false hopes to the desperate parents.
This is another big myth. Autistic individuals who are non-verbal or pre-verbal can still find a way to communicate with you through various means. There is a lot of augmentative and alternative ways to communicate, some using technology, while others use eye gaze or simple visuals. Some like to point and guide your hand to what they want. Many non-verbal autistic people have even written books about their experiences. It's down to us to understand the different ways in which autistic individuals communicate and ensure we are providing the right support.
This again is not true. The term autistic can sometimes be used inappropriately. For example, someone who pays great attention to details and patterns may be called autistic. The fact is, you are only autistic if your brain is built that way, and we may all show certain autistic traits at times, and certainly all humans have their unique quirks, but this does not mean we were all a little bit autistic.
This is just not true. Autistic people are all unique individuals with their own sets of skills. Some more savant than others, and that's completely okay. Savant syndrome, when an individual possesses genius skills in various fields, just like Raymond did in Rain Man, for example, is likely to co-occur alongside a condition such as autism. However, there is no clear scientific evidence of the links at the moment. Portraying autistic people in such a manner in pop culture is quite unhelpful, as it puts a lot of pressure on a lot of people with this condition. It also allows the society to treat autistic people in the same way, hindering their individuality. Try and get to know the individuals first and discover their skill set. Even if it isn't savant, you might be surprised.
Not true. Autistic people may have difficulty reading other people's emotions or communicating their own feelings, but they can also be very intuitive. The reason that this myth is so pervasive is because some academics in the 1980s promoted the idea that one of the key characteristics of autistic children was that they lack a theory of mind, which is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes to imagine how they may be thinking or feeling in a certain situation. Instead of considering autistic people as deficient in empathy as a result, this has now been reframed as the double empathy problem, to acknowledge the fact that autistic people experience the world very differently to most. Although they feel the full range of human emotion, this may not be understood or expressed in a manner which is acceptable or expected by neurotypical people. Therefore, the problem is that empathy is a two-way street. Typically developing people may lack understanding of how empathy is expressed by those with autism, as well as the other way round. This myth is dangerous because it dehumanises autistic people and serves to further stigmatise them in society.
This is another common misconception. Historically, it was thought that women and girls were less likely to be autistic. However, recent research has shown the challenges in identifying women and girls with autism. It's now recognised from the research and personal reports that many autistic females present differently to males with autism. This can result in misdiagnosis, late diagnosis, or no diagnosis at all. It's often said that the differences that autistic women and girls experience are more subtle and may appear so to others. Some autistic women and girls feel that they're masking their autism to try and hide the fact that they feel different. They might copy behaviour from others around them and may become exhausted by the constant effort to appear the same as their peers. They may even be unaware they're masking in the first place. As a result of this, many women report feeling unsupported and not fully understanding themselves, potentially resulting in mental health problems.
No, this is just another myth that needs busting, along with the notion that all autistic people need special schools. All of that just is not true. When talking about skills and abilities, the potential differs as much as it does amongst neurotypical people. Autistic population can get integrated into mainstream schools and go to universities, and in fact, many of them have gone off to become brilliant people, such as Temple Grandin or Sir Anthony Hopkins. Autistic people can be anything neurotypical people can, and we should never presume otherwise. It is important to concentrate on what each person can do and how can we support them in order to reach their maximal potential. Let's not underestimate anyone.